So, morning everyone. Can you see this screen?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt from last class?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
In the thick lens configuration, when we determine the positions of H1 and H2 using those approximations and F2 also, we can just simply use the 1 by V minus 1 by U equal to 1 by F2 formula, as in the two convex lens configuration, or
See,
some difference is there.
once you get the cardinal points, you do not need to know where are lenses or where is thick lens, because now everything can be done with the help of cardinal points. So let us say for thick lens, this is H1, this is H2, this is F1, this is F2, right? Now, what would you like to calculate? आप क्या calculate करना चाहते हैं?
Image distance.
Sorry, what relations?
Normal image distance. If object is kept somewhere, I want to calculate image.
Okay, so let us say you have object here, and you want to know where is image. So this is U, distance with respect to H1, and in this particular figure, it's a negative number because it is on the left side of H1. Use this formula where what is F? F is H2, F2, F2. Okay. You will get some B, right? What is that B? Let us say you get B is equal to, let us assume you get plus 10. It simply means that image will be at a distance of 10 units with respect to H2. So B is measured with respect to H2. This is B. If it is positive, on the right of H2. If it is left, it is negative, it is on the left of H2. Okay. एक बार आपको कार्डिनल पॉइंट्स मिल जाए, आपको कुछ नहीं पता करना है कि कितने लेंस का सिस्टम है, कौन सा लेंस है, थिक लेंस है, थिन लेंस है, नथिंग. This formula will directly work. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. This formula can deal with any situation,
Yes.
only if we know the cardinal points.
Right. So cardinal point system is valid for any possible combination of lenses. So I think in the last class we discussed Stokes treatment. Now in today's class, uh, let's debate, let's have some time on wave motion. Some of you may already know, आप में से कुछ लोगों ने ये सब पहले से पढ़ा भी होगा. So just for revision, let us revise everything. So many of you already know that the wave motion is given by this equation. Or more generally, some additional constant. Okay. How do we get this equation? कहाँ से आता है ये? How do you know that this actually represents a traveling wave? How do we find direction of this wave? Many questions like this. Let me draw some sinusoidal wave. A wave like this. Okay. So what do we have here is on x-axis, this is some position on the ground or in a lake. किसी तालाब में यदि आपने वेव बनाई है, so x represents the position in that lake, and on the y-axis it represents the fluctuation created at that point. So this whole thing is seen at some particular time. ये सब किसी एक particular time पर हो रहा है. Time is fixed right now. Let us say that time is right now 0. हमने इसी को 0 time मान लिया है. Okay. How do we realize whether this wave moves towards right or left? We look at the next position of wave. Let us say next position is this. Guys, mute your mic, please. Pintu Kumar. Let us say this is the new position of wave. So is it moving towards right or left? This
Right.
is
Right.
This is P is equal to, let us say, some
Right.
It is moving towards right. Okay. Let me just plot this wave below the previous wave so that we can have a clean ray diagram. So this is the wave which is at some later time. Let me draw that here. Okay. After some more time, the wave will further move. Let us say then wave reach here. Okay. Even after some more time, wave will again move ahead. Let us say wave reach here. After some more time, let us assume that the wave reach here. So actually wave is here also. Let me 1 minute. So let us say this wave is represented at time t is equal to 0. T is equal to 0 instant. This is at some later time t1. This is at time t2. This is at time t3. This is at time t4. Okay. Right. And we know that the wave is moving towards right. Okay. How do we represent this wave? How do we study this wave? We study this wave. I mean, we read the fluctuations with respect to the baseline. So this is the baseline, and we actually measure the height of this fluctuation with respect to baseline. This tells us all the properties of wave. Okay. How do we learn? How do we write this height at some particular time and at some particular position. किसी पर्टिकुलर टाइम पर किसी पर्टिकुलर पोजीशन पर ये हाइट कितनी होगी, ये कैसे वैल्यूएट किया जाए? You know it's a sinusoidal wave, so you can try any mathematical approach. Let me try one. The height from the baseline can be represented by a vector, like a vector like this. कैसे? Let me say that the vector here is horizontal. Vector here is vertically down. Here it is vertically down. Here it is backward. Here it is again vertically up. Here it is forward and so on. How do I represent this height from this vector? The height at like here, this vector is this, making some angle from the horizontal downward. How do I find this height? This height is nothing but the projection of this vector on the y-axis. Like here, what is the height? Height is some positive number. Or I can say that the corresponding vector is this. Okay. What is it called? जानते हैं इसको क्या कहते हैं आप? Phasor representation, right? What is vector here? What is the phasor here? Making some angle towards the above the horizontal direction. What is phasor here? यहाँ phasor क्या होगा? It is like this. Okay. So you can see this phasor is actually moving clockwise. It was horizontal here, then it moved downward, then it moved vertically down. What is the phasor here? यहाँ phasor क्या होगा? It is this. What is the projection on y-axis? Y-axis पे कितना projection है इसका? Downward this much. What is the projection of this phasor on the y-axis? So this is the vector. How much is the y component of this vector? Zero. How much is the x component? X component is some negative number, but we are just looking on the y component right now. What is the phasor here? This. How much is the y component? Some positive number. Here y component has the maximum, and then again it starts decreasing. So I can represent each and every point by using this phasor representation, which is actually a clockwise moving clock. ये कुछ ऐसा मान सकते हैं कि एक क्लॉक है जो क्लॉकवाइज मूव कर रही है. At any point, किसी भी डिस्टेंस x पर, लेट अस से दिस x इज इक्वल टू 0, यहाँ पे आपने x इज इक्वल टू 0 मान लिया, दिस इज x इज इक्वल टू x. How much angle will have this clock moved? ये क्लॉक कितने एंगल से मूव कर चुकी होगी? Can you calculate?
Sir, can you please repeat the question again?
Okay.
1000 plus.
Yes, I'm just trying to represent every point of this wave by the needle of the clock. मैं इस वेव के हर पॉइंट को क्लॉक के निडल से मैप करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. कैसे? This point is equivalent to this point on the clock, जहाँ पे 3 बजते हैं. Okay. This point, I am saying that this point is equivalent to this point in the clock. The lowest point is equivalent to this point on the clock. How can I say so? मैं ऐसा क्यों कह सकता हूँ? What is y here? Y is 0 here. right? What is the y component of this vector? इस वेक्टर का y component कितना है? 0. Agree?
0.
What is the y component here? Maximum negative. What is the y component here? Maximum negative, right? At this point, what is the y component? Let us say this distance is x. जो distance है छोटी सी, ये x है. बता सकते हैं यहाँ पे y की वैल्यू क्या होगी? y is something like some a sin x. Negative है तो minus a sin x, something like this. A is the amplitude. Okay. What is the y component here? यहाँ y component कितना है? This is the vector of size a. If this angle is theta, यदि angle theta बन गया होगा, how much is this component? A sin theta, right? So you can see this y component is also changing sinusoidally. So as this clock moves, जैसे जैसे clock uniform speed से move करेगी, how does y component move? Y component कैसे move करेगा? Y component will move in this way. So we have this clock, और ये clock uniformly clockwise चल रही है. Let us say this clock is moving with some speed omega. मान लीजिए clock किसी angular speed omega से move करती है. In t time, how much angle will it draw? T time में कितना angle चल चुकी होगी ये clock? Omega t.
Omega t.
Omega.
Right. So this vector A has traveled theta this much angle. What is the y component of this vector after this much time? Y component क्या हो चुका होगा इतनी देर के बाद?
A sin omega t.
A sin omega t. Since is moving negatively, so minus A sin omega t. Okay. ऊपर को जा रहा होता तो पॉजिटिव हो जाता. Okay. So you can see the uniform movement of this clock is equivalent to some sinusoidal wave, right? This is what I am saying here. This wave can be represented by a moving clock. एक moving clock के through हम इसको represent कर सकते हैं. I think I should write my x-axis, right axis here. That will be much easier for you. Let us use this as the y-axis, because this is now you are much familiar with this concept. Okay. So this is y is equal to 0 point. This is y is equal to a point, max amplitude. What is amplitude here? Y is equal to like a sin x or something like that. Or I can say this point is represented by this phasor, which is in horizontal direction. जो horizontal direction में है. This point can be represented by this. This point can be represented by some intermediate angle. So this phasor is moving anti-clockwise. यहाँ पर क्या है? Y is some positive. In phasor representation, I can write this point by this position of clock. So a yes.
In the starting point, it should be like 3 p.m. or 9 p.m. in that clock.
So this is like 3, this is like 2, this is 12, this is like 10, then it will become at 9 here.
Anti-clockwise.
Anti-clockwise, right? Well, it does not matter whether it is clockwise or anti-clockwise. I'll tell you why. So this is 9. Here we have 8. Here we have 6 again, and so on. How much is this distance? ये distance आप कितना मानते हैं? Lambda. This is called wavelength. इसी को आप wavelength कहते हैं, right? This distance is again lambda. ये भी lambda है. this distance is again lambda. So you can see when wave travel lambda distance, it come back to the same point. 3 p.m. से start हुए थे and it come back to 3 p.m. after traveling lambda distance. Okay. Or you can say this needle has traveled 2 pi angle when wave traveled lambda distance. Agree? So 2 pi angle is equivalent to lambda distance. So at some arbitrary position, यहाँ पे total distance यहाँ से x है. My question to you is, what is the angle made by this needle with respect to horizontal? How will you calculate that angle? Is my question clear?
Yes, sir.
Omega t.
See, how much is this distance? ये distance कितना है? Obviously lambda by 4. How much angle does the needle travel? Needle ने कितना angle travel किया? 3 बजे से 12 बजे तक 90 degree, right? और pi by 2. Pi by 2 is equivalent to how much? Lambda by 4. What is the distance here? Distance here is x. Question is, what is the equivalent angle? So if lambda distance is equivalent to 2 pi, x distance is equivalent to how much? Right?
2 pi by lambda into x.
2 pi by lambda into x.
So I can say that the phasor is making 2 pi by lambda into x angle at some position x. Okay. So right now this wave is not moving or we have freezed the time. हमने time को freeze कर दिया था किसी moment पर. After some time, this is the new position of wave. Wave की नई position ये है. Okay. After some later time, this is a new position of wave. What is the phasor here? यहाँ phasor कितना है? It was 0 earlier. पहले यहाँ पे 0 था. अब definitely it is not 0. अब 0 तो नहीं है. It will be something. Depend करता है क्या time होगा यहाँ पर. Even after some later time, the phasor is again, it is not 0. It is something there. After some more time, you can see we get the previous wave again. हमें वही wave मिल गई जो हमको t is equal to 0 पे दिखाई दे रही थी. Do you know what is the time right now? इस टाइम को क्या कहेंगे? t3. It has a particular meaning.
Capital T.
Time period of oscillation.
Time period.
In this much time, the wave becomes precisely same as it was before. Or in other words, if you blink your eyes at this much interval, यदि आप अपनी आंखों को इस interval पे blink करेंगे, you will see this wave as not moving. आपको ये wave move करती हुई दिखेगी ही नहीं. Okay. So you can see the phasor was 0 here. यहाँ पे 0 था. What is phasor here? Some negative number means phasor किस direction में चला गया? यहाँ तो phasor था urgently 3 p.m. Now phasor थोड़ा नीचे आ गया something like 4 p.m. उसके बाद this is like I think 8 p.m. or so. Okay, and it has come back here. So in this much time, phasor has moved by one full clockwise rotation. Phasor पूरा एक clockwise rotation ले गया है same position पर with respect to time. Okay. So I can say that t time is equivalent to 2 pi clockwise rotation. Okay. सो एट एनी आर्बिट्रेरी टाइम, किसी टाइम t1 पर फेजर का एंगल क्या रहा होगा? हाउ विल यू कैलकुलेट? कैसे कैलकुलेट करेंगे आप?
2 pi by t into t1.
2 pi by t into t, यदि किसी टाइम t पे आपको पता करना है. But there is a difference. When it is moving along x-axis, this phasor is moving anti-clockwise. But when you see with respect to time, what do you see? This phasor is moving anti-clockwise. Sorry, clockwise. Okay. So what is the phasor here? यहाँ phasor कितना है? Minus 2 pi by t into t. Okay. Now what about the phasor here? यहाँ phasor की वैल्यू क्या होगी फिर? सेम x बट डिफरेंट टाइम. पहले 2 पाई बाई लैम्डा x था, अब यहाँ पे क्या आएगा? सेम और डिफरेंट? When we have 0 here, जब यहाँ पे 0 था, it was 2 pi by lambda x here. Now it is not 0 here, it is some negative number. So you will see the effect of same negative number everywhere. All these numbers are reduced by same amount. So what is the new feature here? 2 pi y upon t into t. Okay. So this is the new value of y. यहाँ पे जो y component है वो कितना होगा? You can calculate. Since you know the angle, you can also calculate the value of y here. क्या बनेगी y की value? A y component. This is the angle sin 2 pi by lambda, which is called k, x minus 2 pi upon t is called omega t. Okay. What is this? This is the equation of a wave moving towards right. But is it the general equation? क्या ये complete equation है? No.
There can be initial phase difference.
We assume that at t is equal to 0, at x is equal to 0, y was 0. हमने एक कंडीशन मानी थी कि जब टाइम भी 0 है, पोजीशन भी 0 है, तब फ्लक्चुएशन 0 था. क्या ये जरूरी है? हम कुछ और भी मान सकते थे, right? If we assume that at t is equal to 0, at y is equal to 0, y is not 0, y 0 नहीं है या फेजर 3 नहीं बजा रहा है, it is making some other time, कोई और टाइम बजा रहा है. Let us say initial phasor is 5. मान लीजिए शुरुआत 3 बजे से ना होकर के 2 बजे से होती, तब क्या होता? और let us say the initial angle was 5. कुछ शुरू का एंगल 5 होता, तो ये वैल्यू कितनी होती फिर? If initial was 0, we are getting 2 pi upon lambda x. If initial is 5, what we will get here?
Plus 5.
Plus 5. What we will get here? यहाँ क्या मिलेगा हमें? This इतना टाइम की वजह से कम हो गया और 5 एडिशनल चल ही रहा है. So this is the most general case. 5 कितना है? That's your choice. आपने पोजीशन कहाँ डिफाइन करी है? आप किसको x इक्वल टू 0 मानते हैं, आप किसको t इक्वल टू 0 मानते हैं, and so on. So we can always write some angle with this. This is the complete. This is some general wave which is moving towards right. आपने क्या पढ़ा है? This. Are they same? क्या दोनों इक्वेशन सेम है?
Sir, difference 5. Yes,
5-0 मान लिया.
5-0.
They are, yes. I think if you just choose phi is equal to pi, you will get the same equation. आपको वही equation दोबारा से मिल जाएगी, right? So all these equations are same and they are just saying that wave is moving towards right. Similar analysis you can do for wave moving towards left. यदि wave left की ओर मूव कर रही होती तो क्या होता? Instead of getting a negative phasor, आपको एक positive phase मिल रहा होता, right? If a wave is moving towards left, it means that this is the wave. Wave ये होती, right? Phasor कितना होता आपका? Phasor anti clock मूव कर रहा होता था. Means instead of getting negative sign, you would get a positive sign. आपको negative की जगह positive sign मिलता. That's why this equation represents the traveling. आप में से कुछ लोग पढ़ चुके हैं, आप में से कुछ लोग किसी और तरीके से पढ़े होंगे. That's completely up to you. आप कौन सा मेथड पसंद करते हैं. But finally, this is a general equation for a wave. Kx minus omega t और omega t minus kx. As long as you put some phase here, सारे आंसर सही है. Here in interference, we are going to take multiple waves like this. हम ऐसी एक नहीं, ऐसी कई waves के सुपरपोजिशन को डिस्कस करेंगे. Interference is nothing but superposition of waves. Okay. But we will come to superposition later. We would like to discuss something more here. For light, what is y? यदि light की बात की जाए, what is equivalent to y? Y की जगह क्या लिखेंगे हम? What is fluctuating? आप किसकी हाइट, कौन सा फ्लक्चुएशन मेजर कर रहे हैं?
इलेक्ट्रिकल.
Yes, that is E or B. कोई भी मान लीजिए. So what is A? E is the maximum value of electric field. Let me call it E naught. Sine. What is omega then? Omega is the frequency of light. Actually, omega is 2 pi nu, and nu is frequency of light minus kx. K is 2 pi upon lambda, where lambda is wavelength of light. Same equation is there for magnetic field also. So when you see light, you are actually seeing these two things together. जब आप कहते हैं कि आप लाइट देख रहे हैं, आप इलेक्ट्रिक और मैग्नेटिक फील्ड का कॉम्बिनेशन देख रहे होते हैं. So let us say this is a bulb, ये कोई बल्ब है, and this emits light. So this is emitting light means it is sending electromagnetic waves which have this form. And here you see, यहाँ पे आप देख रहे हैं, this is the eye. So light waves, let us say this is electric field reaching into your eyes, and it's a traveling wave. Let us focus on this position. किसी एक position focus कीजिए. Does electric field remain same here? क्या electric field यहाँ पे same रहेगा? This is electric field at some time. किसी time t पे ये electric field था, but with time electric field will change. कभी ये maximum भी होगा, कभी ये minimum minus E naught तक भी जाएगा. I mean it will change its direction. At some point it will become zero also. कभी ये zero भी होगा. Same thing is happening here. वही यहाँ पे भी हो रहा है. In your eyes, sometimes electric field becomes maximum. Sometimes it becomes zero. Sometimes it becomes negative. Negative means it's changed its direction. So if electric field is changing with time, magnetic field is also changing with time. Does it mean that the intensity of light should change with time?
No, sir.
Why?
Sir, both combination of electric and magnetic field is taken into consideration.
So, किसी टाइम पे तो ऐसा होगा ना कि आपका E भी 0 है, आपका B भी 0 है. So how can you see light if there is no electric and magnetic field? यदि कोई electric field और magnetic field है ही नहीं, why do you think that you should see light? तो आपको लगता है कि आप उस समय पे लाइट देख पाएंगे? The perception of light is proportional to or it is connected to these numbers. जितना ज्यादा इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड होगा, मैग्नेटिक फील्ड होगा, उतना ही स्ट्रॉन्ग आपको लाइट दिखाई देगा. जितना ही फील्ड वीक होगा, उतना ही आपको इंटेंसिटी कम दिखाई देगी. इनफैक्ट यू नो, आपने पढ़ा भी होगा, द इंटेंसिटी इज प्रोपोर्शनल टू E square, right? And what is E? E is some number which change from minus E naught to plus E naught. इसकी वैल्यू लगातार चेंज होती है टाइम के साथ भी. एक ही पोजीशन पे डिफरेंट टाइम पे डिफरेंट होगा. टाइम फ्रीज करेंगे, डिफरेंट पोजीशन पे भी डिफरेंट होगा. So equation says that you should not see light all the time. If this is the behavior of light, आपको लाइट हमेशा नहीं दिखनी चाहिए. You should see light in pulses. So why do you see a continuous light? यदि आप किसी बल्ब की ओर देखें, आपको लगता नहीं है कि लाइट बीच में गायब भी होती है. Why is
The
it so?
frequency high.
फ्रीक्वेंसी को ज्यादा हो.
Right.
Sir, because persistence of the
Thus, this electric field is changing. Let us say it starts from maximum, it goes to 0, and then go to negative. Negative does not make any sense because what we see is square of electric field. So it goes to 0 and then again becomes maximum. So it is changing with time, yes. But this change is so rapid that our eyes are not so sensitive to see this change. So what we really see, हमें क्या दिखाई देता है फिर? क्या हम मैक्सिमम देखेंगे? क्या हम 0 देखेंगे? Do we see some other number?
Average.
We will see average. Average भी किसका? We cannot realize E. हम E को realize नहीं कर सकते. We realize square of E. So what we see is
Maximum.
E square average. Okay. कैसे कैलकुलेट करेंगे इस नंबर को? फॉर्मूला लिखिए E का. आप एक जगह पे खड़े हैं, x फिक्स है, 0 कहीं भी हो, फर्क नहीं पड़ता है ज्यादा. इसका स्क्वायर कीजिए और इसका एवरेज लीजिए. किसके रेस्पेक्ट में? टाइम के रेस्पेक्ट में. सो इंटीग्रेट कीजिए इसको किसी लिमिट में. कोई भी लिमिट ले सकते हैं. वैसे तो माइनस से प्लस इंफिनिटी होना चाहिए, बट सिंस इट इज ए पीरियोडिक फंक्शन, वी जस्ट टेक द लिमिट ओवर ए पीरियड एंड डिवाइड बाय द सेम पीरियड. उसी पीरियड से डिवाइड भी कर दीजिए. कोई दूसरा पीरियड लिया होता तो उतने से डिवाइड करना होता. हाउ मच इज इज इक्वल टू E naught is out, and do this whole integral, you will get just this number. So this is what you see. Okay, this is for one wave. जब आप एक वेव को देख रहे थे. If you see multiple waves, यदि आप multiple waves देखते हैं तब क्या होगा? What about this case? One wave is this, and let us say this wave is represented by this equation. And we have another wave. This wave is represented by this equation. थोड़ा सा इसमें फेज आप एक्स्ट्रा और डाल दीजिए. अब आप क्या रियलाइज करेंगे? Same E naught square by 2 or something else?
Superposition of wave plus degree.
Now you will, obviously these two waves will communicate with each other and the eyes will get this number. क्या number मिलेगा eyes को? E1 plus E2. How much is this? ये किसके बराबर है? Okay. So E naught is out. Sin A plus sin B. क्या लिखेंगे इसको? 2 sin A plus B by 2, right? So A plus B by 2 means omega t minus kx plus 5 by 2. Huh? And cos A minus B. So omega t minus kx cancels. We are just left with 5. And phi A minus phi are same. So just cos phi. Right? This is the final electric field. बता सकते हैं how much light will you see? जैसे पहले आपको लाइट कितनी मिल रही थी? E naught square by 2 on an average. अब कितनी मिलेगी आपको?
सर 5/2 होगा ना सर?
होगा ना?
Is it right? Okay. How much light will you get now? अब कितना लाइट मिलेगा आपको?
तो 5 पे डिपेंड करेगा वो.
तो again you can see this E is a function of time. ये x का ही फंक्शन है, टाइम का ही फंक्शन है. You are not moving anywhere. कहीं जाते हो आप रहे नहीं है, पोजीशन सेम है. T is obviously evolving with time. So again जो हमको दिखाई देगा that is इसका एवरेज. किसके रेस्पेक्ट में? टाइम के रेस्पेक्ट में. मतलब इसको किसी एक पीरियड के ऊपर इंटीग्रेट कीजिए और उसी पीरियड से डिवाइड कर दीजिए. So E naught is constant, 2 is constant, sorry, cos pi by 2 fixed number है. What we have inside? Sin omega t minus जो भी कुछ है आगे इसके, integral 0 to t dt divided by t. How much is equal to? ये किसके बराबर आएगा? Same half sin square E naught square cos square. Okay, 2 square, right?
स्क्वायर होगा.
Right, everything is square. So what we are getting? Just check it. You will get is proportional to E naught square. Some constant यहाँ पे आएगा 2 or 4, I don't know. Cos square A by 2. This much you will get. If phi is equal to 0, phi 0 है. Both wave are same. दोनों wave एक ही हैं. Just amplitude modify हो जा रहा है. Okay. Check what number will you get. I think you will get 2 here. 2 मिलना चाहिए or 4.
यस सर 2 है.
Okay. If phi is pi, यदि phi pi के बराबर है तब क्या होगा?
Zero.
0.
This is आप पहले से जानते हैं, but this is very beautiful nature of wave. You have light here. आपके पास एक बल्ब है जो लाइट प्रोड्यूस कर रहा है. You have another light source. Despite having two light source, you do not see any light. लाइट होने के बावजूद भी आपको लाइट नहीं दिखती है. And that is possible only for waves. If you have some electron gun here, यहाँ पे यदि कोई इलेक्ट्रॉन गन या कोई दूसरा कुछ भी होता which is emitting something, things cannot destroy. कभी भी कोई भी mass object destroy नहीं हो सकता. But waves has this capability. These are some non-zero identity, but they can kill each other. And you cannot see the presence of light despite having sources. Sources होने के बावजूद भी ऐसा possible है कि आपको light ना दिखाई दे. So you can see this whole thing is happening due to the phi. Phi क्या है यहाँ पे? एक्चुअली दिस होल थिंग इज कॉल्ड फेज. जो भी ब्रैकेट के अंदर है, दिस इज कॉल्ड फेज. Why phase? Because it comes from the term phasor. Phasor क्या था? वही moving clock. Okay. So phase tells us the angle made by this clock from horizontal, and this angle is changing with time with position. ये angle time के साथ भी change हो रहा है, position के साथ भी change हो रहा है. This is the phase for second wave. ये दूसरी wave का phase था. Okay. And you can see phase does not make much sense. जैसे पहले भी आपने देखा था. We are getting some rays which are changing with time and position, but this change is so rapid that we don't realize this change. ये change हमको दिखता नहीं है, and we just see some average number. But what is meaningful? The difference of phase. The difference of phase can do all the magic. Okay. So phase difference is always something which can give you some surprising result. Like here, how much is the phase difference? 5. And depending on this phase difference, you are getting maximum intensity, you are getting zero intensity also. If you have some other phase, let us say pi by 2, you will get some intensity. How much intensity will you get? Cos square pi by 4, which is E naught square by 2, right? Half of the maximum. आपको लाइट दिखेगी भी, बट पूरी तरीके से नहीं दिखेगी. Okay. So it is the phase difference that matters. And in interference, in fact, all the light phenomena that we will discuss from now onwards are dependent on this one term. Okay. So if we can calculate this number, यदि ये number हम calculate कर सकते हैं, we can derive all the surprising results which we see in real life. जितने भी surprise आप real life में देखते हैं light से related, वो आप काफी हद तक solve कर सकते हैं. If you want to see the effect of this phase, यदि आपको इस phase का real life effect देखना है, you can do an experiment with safety. Like on Diwali, you might have played some crackers. आपने दिवाली पे कुछ पटाखे जरूर छोड़े होंगे. You just burn one cracker. आप एक cracker burn कीजिए. It will reduce some sound. कुछ sound reduce होगी. Let us say that sound is represented by some number x. Now burn 2 cracker at the same time. दोनों को एक साथ बंद करके एक ही साथ burn कीजिए. How much sound will you receive? Is it 2x?
There may be resonance.
जरूर नहीं.
You can try. आप छोटे पटाखों से ट्राई भी कर सकते हैं with proper safety. If you just use multiple cracker at a time, it does not mean that if you have n crackers you will get n time sound. क्यों ऐसा नहीं होता है? So each cracker is producing some sound wave. When will you get n times? आपको n time कब मिलेगी? When all these sounds have कितना phase होना चाहिए? Phi must be 0 or phase difference must be 0. Then you will get the maximum amplitude. Can you control the phase? जो sound यहाँ से emit हो रही है, क्या उनका phase आप control कर सकते हैं? Phase is quite random. हो सकता है इसके लिए phi 0 हो सकता है इसके लिए phi कुछ और हो, इसके लिए phi कुछ और हो. So the sound that you get is the combination of all these waves. और वो combination maximum n e से लेकर के 0 से n e minimum 0 रहेगा, maximum n ही रहेगा. Maximum मिलने के चांस बहुत unlikely है. That is possible only if all have the same phase. So the sound that you will get is something between. इन दोनों के बीच में कुछ मिलेगी आपको. Okay. On an average कितनी मिलेगी? That you can also do. वो भी आप कर सकते हैं. Just average out all these phase. सभी सबको phase को average out कर दीजिए. You will get some intermediate number. Okay. That is the reason that when you use multiple crackers, you do not get the maximum sound. Multiple crackers से उसका आपको maximum sound नहीं मिलेगा.